right, so we saw room 2 and the little foyer right here with its displays. Now we're about to go into room number 1. Yeah, there's a lot to take in.
More Alien and Predator stuff.
Okay, so yeah, what we have here is my Kenner verse, Alien and Predator. We have all the revamps they did for every single one they redid for the NECA line. Same with Alien. Every single one they revamped for the Kenner.
All Kenner.
Yep. They even, because I was part of their Club Alien thing, I even got the awesome cardboard backdrop. Is what that is, which was a remake of a backdrop you could only get exclusive to Europe if you got the first editions of the releases in Europe. So it's really cool that NECA did a deep dive like that as a bonus to all the obsessive collectors like me for Alien and Predator. So yeah, it turns into a really rad diorama. I absolutely adore it. Here's sitting in the middle here also, my Star Wars kind of bleeding over because I'm running out of space. Is my Bad Batch.
That's the only problem with the toy collection.
Yeah, man. My Bad Batch area. Yeah. Which, here's that Cad Bane I was talking about, by the way. It's rad Cad Bane, dude. Then, of course, you got Rex.
Of course.
Then, the guys killing some clankers.
The Bad Batch.
And we have this awesome, colorful pile.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what is this?
These are Monster in My Pocket.
I remember Monster in My Pocket.
Yeah.
I'm only missing 2. So anyone out there, if you have a Cyclops or a Baba Yaga, those are the only 2 I'm missing from my entire set. And I just haven't... Hi, baby. That's my daughter, Nova.
Hello, Nova. We're filming.
My name is Nova Melody Condery.
Nice to meet you. Well, I've met you.
Hi, baby. On the wall, we have a lot of my favorite releases with the original Kenner line still sealed. And then I thought it was awesome that NECA actually continued the line, but apparently it didn't do as well as they hoped, so they canceled it. But NECA actually did a continuation of the Kenner line with, a Predator and a Neomorph. Mr. Black, aka Berserker, but I like it when they called him Mr. Black originally because that's actually a Tarantino reference because everybody wants to be Mr. Black. But anyway, they changed it to Berserker for the marketing purposes. But yeah, we have all those still sealed. As I find them for a good price, I keep nabbing them up. At the end of the day, I want to have them all. The hardest one to find is probably Night Recon. Part of the Hive Wars series, which was a KB Toys exclusive.
Of course.
Yeah, remember that?
Rest in peace. And just looking at this blade fire thing, I mean, that is amazeballs, man. You said, where did this come from?
Well, originally it was another one of the Kenner things. And what they did is they actually made it to where Viper, this Predator right here, Viper, is actually the mail-away ambush Predator, the original mail-away ambush that you got. That's actually him without the experimental armor. This armor right here.
So this figure is the invisible figure.
Yeah, the ambush figure. And here he is, as we showed earlier, but this is him as well. They did the tribute to the original mail-away ambush Predator as a Comic-Con exclusive.
Gosh.
So yeah,
fact, of course
these 2 are the same character. Just this is him before he got this experimental armor. Fun little lore tribute there for you. All right, and more Aliens and Predator. We have the video game area. We have of course the amazing Xeno from Isolation. We have Serpent Hunter. And then this is kind of over in the game section just because he was added to a game recently and I know where. This is an original concept from NECA called the Alpha Predator, which is supposed to be the one who started the entire Predator Yautja culture. Yeah. Okay. Then, of course, we got the Alien vs. Predator arcade game.
The beat 'em up.
Yeah.
Beat 'em up. I miss that game.
And then from Concrete Jungle, we have this big boy right here.
Jeez.
Yeah. Then next to it, we are kind of bleeding over into my little turtle area. I'm a huge fan of Slash, so I have a lot of Slash stuff. Bebop and Rocksteady. The Monster line, which I still have to find Donnie, Invisible Man. And then, Casey Jones is the Phantom.
You can't find an Invisible Man, Donnie.
Yeah, he's so good.
It's hard to see.
He is.
Yes.
We got the NECA original right there, comic book line figures. Got the van, of course, the badass Last Ronin release they did.
That. Aha.
Yeah, I love that figure. Then if you go up on the wall back here, we have got a lot kind of starting to bleed into some Spider-Verse stuff. Of course, Venom, the original Venom releases. Venom the Madness still in package. First appearance in a frame right there. The cover's all jacked up. So I just did the best and put the first, splash page of him up there in the frame, kind of folded it back,
Very nice.
There it is.
Yeah,
and then,
man.
of course,
I love how unique these are. We really gotta look at these. These are the Spider-Man retro card figures. I mean, the way you have them coming out of the box, I still need to do this with my figures.
because I like how they look in the packaging, but then at the same time, I'm a dork, so I like to actually, put together little dioramas and stuff and pose the figures. But like I said, I also like the packaging, so I figured this was a fair compromise because I can hang them on the wall still with their packaging and art and card, but also take them out if I want to build a little like cool Sinister Six display or something like that.
It's perfect. You really gotta show me how to do this.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
But that looks amazing for all of these.
And then going over to the left, we have more. Up top is kind of my Superior and Doc Ock area because, like I said, I was telling you earlier, the Superior Spidey run is one of my absolute favorite Spider-Man runs ever.
Superior Spider-Man. He's got all his tendrils. I love that, man.
Yeah, I actually, those, because for some reason, the original figure, they kind of cheaped out. They didn't give him gauntlets. They didn't give him his, his legs. So there was actually a 3D printing place that made them specifically for this that I ordered from. And made it.
This Spider-Man is my favorite Spider-Man body mold.
Yep.
I know I've said it in multiple videos. This is the Spider-Man, and I would love the 3D print. We gotta find a 3D print for that, man.
Yeah.
And let that go.
I'm hoping one day they maybe do a re-release of Superior Spidey with the whole thing.
Like I said, man, you have a very extensive Spider-Man collection. And going through all of these, I mean, good grief, man. You have stuff I reviewed, but I have most of these figures as well, as far as the Marvel Legends. And the way you have them displayed is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, this is kind of my my symbiote shelf, and then just waiting on them to make Carrion, and I can have a full-blown,
Carrion yet.
Yeah, still waiting, and I can have a full-blown original Maximum Carnage, set up.
We'll eventually get them. Because, I mean, that's what they do. They just piecemeal out which one.
I know. And then
over time.
And I still need Scream again too. My original Scream actually fell off the shelf and the dog freaking ate it.
Oh,
and now of course she's super expensive, so she's the only one from from the Life Foundation set that I don't have anymore. Had it, now I don't, and I just haven't gotten around to getting her again.
Yeah. That sucks, man.
Moving down, right here, of course, we've got all different Spideys going across. Of course, one of my favorites, Scarlet.
Oh, yeah.
2099, Venom and Spidey together. Yeah, I love that one. Then, of course, right here, we have kind of my Venom shelf. We've got Venom the Madness. I just love Juggernaut and I love Venom. So, of course, having the cover behind it and set up exactly like that. I love that display. It's simple, but makes me happy. Right here. And then, of course, they did the special edition Alien versus Venom cover. So I was all about that. So I made, did the cover and then had them two in front to,
Very nice. I like the setup, man.
Going down, we have all the Carnage. Of course, Flash's Venom. I love what they did with this Marvel Select Flash. I think the sculpt looks phenomenal. We got Jack-o'-lantern going against him and all the different ultimates, or a lot of what you can do with that Ultimate Carnage. That second Ultimate Carnage, or second Marvel Select Carnage. That second Select Carnage has so many insane options to do with it, like the Mind Bomb style artwork coming out there. Then, of course, Anti-Venom Brock.
Clean figures, man. Marvel Select always does a great job.
They do. They're not the most articulated, but man, their sculpts look really great. Going down further, we've got a bunch of little Venom trinkets and, some cards and stuff that I've had for a long time. Yeah. And then one of my favorite cards I have still is the Venom Power Blast from 94.
Oh, wow.
The 94 Flare. When I was a kid, me and my dad would travel around on his off days all over Arkansas to go to comic shops to find those 94 Flare cards. And I finally pulled the Venom, I remember. And, back in the day, they were all the rage.
Very nice collection, man. I like all of these Spider-Man figures. It's one of my favorite sections. And you have more, which is insane.
All right, so got my some X-Men baddies right here. I obviously still have a couple more to add to the collection. Need Mystique and Avalanche for sure to put in there. Moving on, we have one of my favorite Thunderbolts teams, Juggy, Crossbones, and Ghost. I've got the accompanying cover back behind it. And then one of my favorite comic book runs is this Thunderbolts run they did with, Gargan, one of my favorite villains ever, bar none, Bullseye. So Osborn, Bullseye, Gargan, Venom with, the spirit of Goblin kind of behind him is how I set it up.
That's very good.
Animated, more animated, the con exclusive Venom, the cell shaded Spidey that for some I believe I found it for you actually.
Yes, you did. Thank you for that.
No worries. For some reason they did that as a Walmart exclusive, and the Walmarts that did get them only got in like 2.
That's
so
exactly
beyond me.
Let's make these Spider-Man the exclusive.
Yeah, beyond me. It makes no sense. And then the beautiful Doc Ock that just hit.
Beautiful. Yes,
they finally gave him bendable tentacles.
Yes.
But yeah, they did an outstanding job on him. All right, moving on further, we've got some Cap, Hawkeye. We've got these are all going to be Marvel Select right here, which I think they did phenomenal. That's probably like one of my favorite Hawkeye figures ever. The Marvel Select Hawkeye, the Bucky, Cap, original Hawkeye back there, And we got Iron Patriot, which I believe we're getting a re-release, like a revamp of him soon, is what the rumor going on is. Moving up, more Hawkeye. Old Man Hawkeye. If they finally give me an Old Man Bullseye to go against this Old Man Hawkeye, it will be one of my favorite displays ever because I cannot express to you how stoked I was when I found out Bullseye was the bad guy in the Old Man Hawkeye run.
Spoilers.
Yeah. Hawkeye through the years, we're about to get Hawkeye on the what is it, the his air motorcycle thing.
Oh yeah. We're getting that soon.
And so he can go. Yeah, he can go right here. So we'll have Hawkeye through the years set up, and then Old Man Logan to go with him. Put War Machine USA Agent with them for a little mini West Coast tribute, and then original Thunderbolts right there.
Yeah.
Hopefully Marvel will give us an Ultimate Hawkeye someday, or Marvel Legends will give us an Ultimate Hawkeye someday, because he's one of the cool shining points of that Edgelord series they came out with.
Man, I have all these figures, by the way. I'm proud I have those.
Good.
Yeah, that makes me happy.
Moving on. More Bullseye, because Bullseye, like I said, is my dude. Got the Captain America Streets of Poison. Captain America Streets of Poison set up with Crossbones versus Bullseye, which two of my favorite villains going against each other. I love that cover, so I got the setup there. Even found a little shotgun to go with Bullseye, just like the cover. We got the Bullseye #1 revamp on his suit that they did as a special 3-pack.
Yes, they did.
With this awesome Daredevil that even has toe articulation. Yeah. The Frank Miller style Elektra.
Yeah, with the hair.
Yep, with the crazy hair.
Yeah,
and then Kingpin and Bullseye fighting Elektra and Daredevil right there. Moving up, Secret Empire little section right there. We got Tasky, different Taskmasters, original, the kind of mid-2000s Taskmaster, and then the Udon series Taskmaster. Then, of course, Nuke with his awesome cover in the background.
Yeah, man.
As both a Daredevil and Cap villain.
Thank you for replacing his gun. That gun was absolutely trash.
Wasn't that the worst gun ever? Oh my god, that was terrible.
Yeah.
Alright, moving along. We have kind of my McFarlane metal, I guess, area. Of course, you've got, the Dark Knights right here with his Robin Crows. Basically that's what this whole thing is, kind of Capullo style metal. You've got the kind of gladiator metal Batman riding the Joker dragon. One of my favorite releases McFarlane has done so far is the Grim Knight.
Yep.
I absolutely adore that Grim.
With guns, man.
Yeah. It would actually, him and Flashpoint Thomas Wayne were the last two McFarlanes allowed to have weaponry before Warner Brothers said to stop, which is absurd. Remember, Joker can come with a whole thing of cigarettes, and a knife, but he cannot come with a gun.
It's insane. Why would you not have a gun with the people with guns? And Grifter has a knife.
Yeah, he's got a sword. Hush came with two knives instead of two guns. Yeah, but McFarlane, as a sly little fu, releases these gun packs, and know exactly which one they belong to.
Yep.
And
packs can be fun.
Yeah, that's what Mezco did as well. Actually, Mezco has started doing that with any DC figures they release that's supposed to come with guns. They either don't advertise it or they add, just for a little couple bucks, a big accessory pack of guns and weaponry to give them.
Smart.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of the McFarlane metal setup. I'm a big fan of this artwork. Like I said, I love Grim Knight. I added the cool little cape and scarf sash to him right there that he had in the scene that I think looks rad. And then I've got one in package and Owlman up there as well.
Yep, because he's awesome.
He is.
We reviewed him as well.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does.
Moving over.
James Woods.
Before he was.
So, Jordan, you also have these Hot Toys, and I know Hot Toys is a lifestyle now, and you just entered it.
Yeah.
So please show us these lovely Hot Toys as well, man.
Well, as far as Hot Toys, because of their price point, I promised myself I would only stick to Star Wars and only Star Wars characters that I absolutely need. So I started off with, of course, Captain Rex, my dude. He comes with a ton of accessories. He comes with incredible, I don't have all the accessories out. I just have him kind of basic, classic Rex. But he comes with a face sculpt that is just exactly like Tamora. It's just, they're unreal. The detail, everything about them are gorgeous. They are as good as advertised. Okay. I do say that. They are beautiful. And anyone is just a spotlight piece. I love my dude here. We got Echo. He comes with a really cool, they kind of took a little creative liberty where you can add, a cybernetic arm to have him holding a heavier weapon in this arm. He comes, with I think 4 or 5 different things you can attach, or you can have him with the classic little, screwdriver that he can put into any of the electrical panels. But I have him with this cool, droid arm that looks rad. But I mean, just everything about them is just gorgeous. The detail, the cloth. I mean,
it's a Hot Toy.
Yeah, just my God. Yeah, exactly. For the price, it better be. And I will say, they are absolutely phenomenal. And also, I will say, Sideshow's customer service is holy crap good. I have never had a negative. My Rex came with the plate here. It had a glue smudge. I called them or I emailed them. They had one on the way into my doorstep in 2 days, apologizing profusely.
Wow.
They're awesome, dude. Moving on, of course, I got Rex and then I got Echo. I figured I could get away with getting Echo and without having to get the rest of the Bad Batch, because Echo and Rex actually go on side missions together, so it works. I can get Echo and my brain won't go crazy saying I have to get the rest of the Bad Batch.
Right.
So, because if I have Rex with them, it could be one of those, those side missions that go on together.
Yeah.
And also, of course, Rex can go with, like I said earlier, Season 7 of the Clone Wars is just one of my favorite things to ever exist. I've got Ahsoka, and then I've got my dude Maul here.
Oh, yeah, and he's got a Darksaber.
I did. I gave him a Darksaber.
Very impressive.
And then, of course, he comes with this classic, double-sided. And there's also a rad feature where you can take off this arm and add another arm that actually has the blades completely light up. I don't have it set up like that right now. But what also is rad is he comes with the Mandalorian's prison sarcophagus as his box.
That's
so
amazing.
yeah, it doubles as a badass display piece as well.
Yes. I like how you utilize that, man.
Yeah, man. Like I said, unfortunately, as you can see, space is kind of an issue for me right now, so I'm trying. But
you're doing great, though.
Then we have comic. All right, right here on the piano, we have my comic Alien and Predator section, I guess.
There are a lot of Alien and Predator.
Yeah. This is actually
we were done with Aliens and Predator.
This is the end of the Alien and Predator portion. We've of course got the original Broken Tusk, from the original run that started kind of Alien versus Predator. We have got the NECA Comic-Con exclusive 2-packs up here. Yellow Lantern, Pred versus Hal.
That looks really good. I like these.
Fun fact, Armored Batman versus Predator. This comic right here was the very first Batman comic I ever had. And that is still it. Yeah.
Okay.
So the end of the comic of this issue, number 2, was him donning this armor after Predator whipped the crap out of him, right? And for years, my dad never found part 3, so I was just left for years, thinking that was the end of the comic and seeing him in this outfit. And then out of the blue, NECA revealed that they were doing these with, permission from Warner Brothers and DC. They were allowed to do a very short run. So I actually got my favorite, Armored Batman childhood moment in toy form. I ordered 2 of them. Yeah. I ordered 2 of them just to make sure I had one at all times in case one broke or damaged. Yeah. So moving on, we have the Jokerized Xenomorph versus this absolutely gorgeous Batman kind of Nightfall era sculpt.
Yes.
Yeah, just NECA killed it. If NECA got the permission to do DC full time, this is the kind of rad stuff we'd get.
I'm impressed with all of that.
Yeah.
That Batman is so clean.
Oh, yeah, they're gorgeous, man.
Yeah, man. And of course, my favorite figure of all freaking time.
Soups versus the Xeno.
Yes, man. I've never found this figure, this setup.
And if you're wondering how it takes place on a planet that has no red sun, or no yellow sun,
Yeah.
And the Superman's powers are drained immensely, so the acid blood and all that, he's vulnerable.
Oh, wow.
So basically, Superman has to kind of use his intellect to fight them smart. He isn't all overpowered.
He is super smart as well. It's not known in the comics, but he does have.
Yeah, he is a clever dude.
Depends on who's writing him, because Frank Miller kind of downplays Superman's intelligence.
Yeah, he does. Frank Miller's not the nicest person in the world. Moving up, we have one of the greatest comic book predators of all time, Ahab, with the his white whale right here, the engineer skull. We have on the other one, if you're a fan of Predator 2, you know who the Elder Predator is. Well, this is him through the years. This is him when he was younger, known as the Golden Angel. This is actually based on the comic where he got the gun he gives to Danny Glover. And then this is him about middle age, slowly turning into the grayback we know.
Okay.
With his melanin and the skin fading and stuff. And then, of course, the one we saw in my Lost Tribe collection is him, as of Predator 2.
Oh, of course.
So then we have down here one of my other favorite predators of all time, Bad Blood. I actually have the Bad Blood symbol tattooed behind my ear. He is what if a predator was a serial killer. Literally. He's known as a Bad Blood because all the other predators do not want anything to do with him.
Wow, he's too extreme.
Yeah, this predator is called an enforcer predator. He is essentially like a cop who's after him.
Okay.
He has no rules, no honor, and he butchers predators, or, Yautja, humans, any species alike. He is brutal. He's also known as the Devil of the Pine Barrens because his ship crash landed in the New Jersey Pine Barrens. It is a badass comic book run. If you ever want to read it, it's called Predator Bad Blood. And then, let's see here. Over to the right, we have the Genocide, the Queen Mother.
These are awesome looking.
Yeah, this is the Queen Mother Xenomorph.
Jeez.
Genocide.
Is it the same sculpt as the one that's in the
No, it's a slightly different sculpt. They added, all the weird tendrils and stuff, and these are their own sect of Xenomorphs, and they actually go to war with the classic looking more black and bluish brown Xenos. The red are very distinct on a certain planet. And yeah, this is known as the Queen Mother. She is actually especially big compared to other queens. But yeah, and that's the end of Alien Predator. Finally, I know, we've seen enough of it. Sorry, everybody.
There's
But
never,
it is one of
you can
my
never
it is
have
one of
enough.
my absolute passions is Alien vs Predator stuff. It
That's
always has
fair,
been.
man. I understand. Don't apologize for what you love. This is why we're doing this channel, man. This is what you're the reason.
There's a
Um,
reason there's a reason there's so much Alien and Predator stuff out there.
Yeah,
I'm
because you'll get it.
big fan of the Walking Dead comic, especially. I obviously love Negan. So if you look here, I have like each edition that they made and him slowly bashing Glenn's head to death.
Nice. Okay. Because you need that.
Yeah, and what's rad is my one of my best friends. Her name is she has a customizing company called Lady Tank Studios.
Mhm.
Her name is Melissa. She actually made me. She had this micro barbed wire, and she took one of the Lucille's that came with one of the Negan figures, split it down the middle, and had it broken open, so I can redo the scene where Negan breaks Lucille over Beta's back. I thought that was so cool and clever. Got the G.I. Joe, Lucille Patrol villain set. And then this, actually, my dad got me for Christmas. It's actually the colorized exclusive Negan figure signed by Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Of course.
Yeah, my dad surprised me with it. It was a
Very
really,
nice.
really, it was a huge surprise. I actually didn't expect it at all.
That's a good gift.
Go down here, Negan in prison with Rick. I kind of built a little, cage for him there. The infamous scene where the Whisperers,
The Whisperers cut off the heads, yeah.
and then this cool special edition figure of Rick in the Negan gear, and I have the all black Black Friday Negan behind him, kind of like a shadow, kind of haunting him and influencing him.
Right.
Then we got the most sadistic comic book character, probably one of the most sadistic comic book characters ever, the Governor. I like these figures. I thought McFarlane did. They're really fun. And like I said, obviously, I'm a huge fan of the Walking Dead comic. I read it like once every year or so from cover to cover just because it's an addictive read.
I sold mine.
I just have the compendiums, except like the last 30 or so issues. And then we got more McFarlane Batman. We got, Bat Family. I still need to get a Tim Drake. That Red Hood is killer.
I like that Batman.
Yeah.
Is that the Hush Batman?
Yeah, it is, except I did some adjustments to him.
Yeah. That's a lot of cap.
Well, up top is kind of my Brubaker Cap tribute, which is another one of my favorite comic book runs. I kind of customized Crossbones to make him look more like the Steve Epting version. I ordered a shirt, added knee pads, kind of customized him out a little bit more.
He looks amazing.
Yeah, I thought that's how he should have looked.
That's how he really should have looked.
Yeah, because he had the shirt underneath.
The freaking fortune.
Yeah. It was actually just like this store that sells like little 1/12 scale clothes and stuff, and I just added, the shirt underneath and took knee pads and just Mod Podge of stuff to kind of make him accurate. But I got Mezco cap right in the middle, that gorgeous Mezco cap. Just all the way across, and then Steve Rogers Mezco cap over on your far left there. I actually added the new Marvel Legend head to him that came with the Toy Biz trivia, because it's actually a better looking head. Yeah, and I think they did phenomenal on it.
Yeah, dude.
Going down, we have one of my absolute favorite characters, my Bane shelf. We've got the Storm Collectibles Bane. However, I added this amazingly beautiful third-party head sculpt. If you want to take a look at that, it just, wow. They did so good.
I like that figure in general.
That head just adds it. Then the McFarlane Bane that they apparently did not make enough of, because now he goes for a lot of money and everybody's still trying to find him.
Yep, we reviewed that too.
I grabbed two of them, one for a Nightfall display and then one for a City of Bane display with Thomas and Bruce right there. Bane's one of my all-time favorites, always will be.
Yep, you break us the back.
Go down, we have my Mafex Dark Knight Returns collection.
This is the thing that I'm envious of and got me into Mezco. I mean, into
Mafex.
I keep saying I don't know why I keep
There are a lot of
saying ones,
M's and
man.
N's in the
M's
toy,
and N's,
in
but
toy
these
companies.
are the ones I paid for to get. And
Yeah.
I'm like fighting for these.
Yeah, this. I mean, dear God,
They're amazing.
they could not. I don't know if anybody has ever captured comic book accuracy in a figure as much as this Mafex line. The mutant leader is a Mezco. It just scales perfectly with these, and because the material Mezco originally made of his pants was not good. And it didn't age good, so it started flaking and tearing.
Right.
So I took and got, brown, mucky paint and kind of dirtied him up to make it look like he was just fighting in the mud pit.
Yeah.
So, it technically, I believe he said it's an operating table.
Right.
Then we have Soups versus, Bats. And I took the gun from the Mattel one to give him because at the last second, Mafex had to get rid of the gun that came with, even if it's a ridiculously, fake gun. Joker, you got him running around. He comes with two different head sculpts, one calm where you can have him smoking a cigarette, but, he can't come with a gun, so I had to give him a gun. Then Batman coming down that classic pose from the cover art.
So clean.
And down below, we have more McFarlane. I kind of got a 3 Jokers display. I love the new Scarecrow. The paint job, the sculpt was amazing, but the paint job was ridiculous. So I went in and customized him and completely did a rehaul paint job on him. So he's no longer that obnoxious green color anymore, but brown like he should be. And then, reverse flash with flash for a flashpoint. And then my little Hush display, and I'm going to kind of keep getting,
with guns.
Yeah, kind of get that Jim Lee Hush display going more as more people are released. All right, right there is my my Mezco kind of Batman setup. Well, I lied. There's another little Predator I threw in there. It's a Mezco Predator, so I have him jumping on there, scaring the crap out of Gordon and Bats. I've got classic Joker. That one is actually the Gotham by Gaslight Joker as serial killer, as essentially Jack the Ripper. And the Batman to accompany him is actually coming out soon, so I'm really excited. I've had him pre-ordered for like a year. But Mezco, like I said, the Batman Mezco stuff is unreal. The Gordon is beautiful. Each Batman figure they did. The Batman with the Predator and Gordon is the Sovereign Knight. And then the one I have jumping is the Supreme Knight, which is kind of an older Batman, kind of like a tribute to Dark Knight. Then, like I said, classic Joker, I have him sitting there with his pretty tailored suit and all the goodies at his feet. And
he looks fantastic.
Yeah.
They all look fantastic.
They do, man. They're beautiful. And then we've got kind of more punk rock Joker and Harley right there together, which they did a phenomenal job. And then the KG Beast was actually one of the surprise hits for me when it comes to Mezco. I think they did an outstanding job. I love what, in the last 5 years, the kind of revamp to KG Beast character they've done in the comics.
He was too.
He used to have been a joke, and now he's like this almost myth amongst hitmen and, contract killers. He took out Nightwing. So that's what made Nightwing turn into Grayson. He shot him in the head. Yeah, but I love the KGB character has been completely revamped, and now he's this scary badass. And I think they've done an excellent job with that. Capullo Snyder tribute, which is another one of my absolute favorite comic book runs. I think the new 52 Batman run was just amazing. So anything, essentially, any figure that's kind of Capullo Snyder inspired goes there. I do also have another section for the Last Night on Earth set, which, further is the finale of that run, essentially. But yeah, I got, in-game Joker. We've got Death of the Family Joker. We've got a different Death of the Family Joker. But I love these. Yeah, I love Capullo, man. To your left here, that's my awesome Secret 6 little mini display of the main 3. The DC Universe Classics they did. I absolutely adore the Deadshot and the Build-A-Figure of Bane there, how it's just classic Nightfall look. Yeah. And then I've got, their comics to accompany behind them. I think it's a cool little display.
Catman.
Yeah. Down below, we got the long Halloween display I got going that I'm slowly kind of adding to. I like that, that artwork style. I think it translated to figures really well too. It kind of has this crazy, demented, cartoonish appeal to it. But yeah, it's just a nice, clean little display. Down here on these two shelves, I kind of have my Mortal Kombat section. I'm not the biggest video game guy, but ever since I was a little kid and they started with the little G.I. Joe Mortal Kombat figures and everything, I've just been a massive Mortal Kombat fan. I know practically all there is to know about the lore and characters of Mortal Kombat. My mains have always been Smoke, Kano, and Scorpion, which is weird nowadays to think how Scorpion's the face of the franchise, because back when I was young, nobody cared about Scorpion.
Man,
Everybody loves Sub-Zero.
Yeah, Scorpion's the best, man. Get
Like,
over here.
I mean, when I was little, no one I knew cared about Scorpion. Everybody loved Sub-Zero, and Scorpion was just kind of a side character to the point where he wasn't even in Mortal Kombat 3.
Yeah.
And then Ultimate and MK3 came out, and they gave us this Scorpion right here to your left. Storm Collectibles had based pretty much their entire,
all their lives have been set up for Scorpion.
Yeah, Storm Collectibles, I love they found their niche just making fighting game characters. Like I said, in the mail right now, MK3 Kano is coming. So I will have a Storm Collectible of all, the ultimate figure of all three of my mains. This Smoke right here, they were cool enough to do Ninja Smoke from MK2. And then they also did, as a Comic-Con exclusive, Cyber Smoke, which might be one of the most toyetic figures I've ever owned. Just like setting him up, posing him, everything about him is so fun. I just love it. He comes with his fatality, he comes with a bunch of bombs so he can blow up the Earth.
The whole Earth.